Outside the Box should be viewed by mature audiences only. This show contains strong language, adult situations, drinking, ass-kicking fun, law-breaking nonsense, running with scissors, and just about everything your mother told you not to do. In other words, we are a bad influence and are irresponsible adults. Viewer discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, live from Studio 630 in the burbs of Chicago. It is time now for another episode of Outside the Box. With your hosts, Oz Osborne and Pee Wee Taylor.
We're on a mission from God.
trying to talk to me. Where is my mind? Where is my mind?
3, 2, 1.
27, motherfuckers. Here we are.
Bam.
Right here. We are number 27. Did you... I'm just in awe that we're still doing this shit.
Ticking along.
You guys still there? We'll still do it.
If you play it, if you make it, they will come, right? That's...
I don't know. They're people. They're watching.
People are watching.
People are watching. I don't know why.
Because we're the shit.
Are we entertaining?
I think we are.
I think it's funny as hell. Sometimes I'm like, Jesus, I said that? I do say that.
Sometimes we say things. Sometimes I mean them and sometimes I don't.
You ever notice that when we film like two together like this, that the second intro and outro are really...
Yeah.
Drink up.
I noticed that on the last episode.
We're doing this for quality.
Sound quality or overall?
No, content quality.
Mm.
Yeah, so get the debauchery up here, people.
We just can't start hitting hard shit because that might really...
Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. You just did it.
Oh, boy.
For 27, we got to start doing shots.
We just do a shot of Fireball every time the camera comes on.
We'll just have... We need to have Rando over there live, and he could just sit there and be like, drink.
Oh, that might not be a good idea.
Bad. That would go
That might not be a good idea.
That will go very bad.
Well, I'm curious
Well,
to
wait
know...
a minute. But wait a minute. What happens on January 1st?
I was just about to bring that up.
Well, we can smoke legally.
It'll be like Joe Rogan's podcast. It'll just be
you know what's funny?
We're gonna get all philosophical and talk about discipline.
You know what's funny? And I don't smoke a lot. But
it's been a long,
Wait a minute.
time.
Let me ask you this: are you gonna smoke when it's legal?
I don't know. It depends on what I'm doing for a job. Because if I'm driving, I can.
Yeah, but that's legal then.
No,
not
on the news
DOT
about
law,
people who have a prescription for it and their jobs.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
if not, yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm driving my daughter to school the other day, right? And she's like, "Dad, I hope I'm with you for New Year's." I'm like, why?
Why?
She goes, because my mom wants to smoke on January 1st.
Yeah, all right, pal. Come on over. Come on over.
And I'm like,
we'll hang out and have it more.
I'm like, what's wrong with that?
Oh man.
Anyway.
I don't know. Like I don't know. At this point, like I feel like.
What about that CBD oil, Pee-wee?
Oh man, I went on a whole thing, and I had somebody get on there, and they went on a whole.
Oh, I'm sure.
And here's the thing: I'm not doubting that it works, and I'm happy. I'm like really glad that it works for that person. It works for a lot of people. But here's two things about it that get me: every fucking gas station and liquor store is selling it. It's everywhere.
It's just like the fucking...
It's everywhere.
It's
It's like, what the fuck? It's like, you don't even know what you're getting. And from what I understood,
It's
it
the
was
same
like...
with Viagra, dude. Everybody, and it doesn't fucking...
Oh my god, how many boner pills did they got at the shelf at the gas station? Did they got those B-stacker ones that give you all the energy?
I don't know. I didn't take
Stacker 2s or whatever the fuck they are.
So welcome to Weedcast. We know Rando's here.
Rando will fill you in. But like, CBD is just diet weed.
It's
It's weed without the fun part. That's really what CBD is, isn't it? It's everything in pot but the fun part of pot.
I don't know.
THC.
The
I was just
THC.
saying the THC.
Here's
Well,
another-
here in Illinois, it's medicinally legal. Oh, and here's the other fun part. I already have a weed store in Mundelein. So the moment it goes legal, it becomes a rec store, which is in town.
Here's a funny story for you. I had an ex-girlfriend that was allergic to the freaking, what the hell is that? THC?
Yeah.
In weed. Mm-hmm. We went to a Kid Rock concert.
She probably did not have a good time.
You planned. Yeah.
Hey.
Hives at the end of that night.
Oh, man.
Interesting thing, going to a Kid Rock concert is like going to Walmart when everybody's drunk.
That sounds accurate.
Anyway, we're here for XB shit.
Yeah, let's talk about XBs.
Do we have anything to talk about? No, wait a minute.
No, we
I'm
don't.
sorry, we're not here for XB shit. We're here for box lifestyle.
That's right.
Or whatever Mr. Hernandez will let us use, as we haven't figured it out yet.
I don't know. We gotta ask him about that. I don't want to step on his dick.
No. It's not that I don't want to step on his dick. I don't want to make it look like we're trying to follow along on this.
No. I mean, I like to be parallel because he's got a good thing going, but
We should be together. We're working together.
I'm
We're
digging
working together,
the-
but he's up here. Whatever.
I am digging the Vans, but I will tell you what, Siennas, freaking expensive.
Oh, that new
So,
Dude,
no,
he
he didn't know. I mean, even like a used one, they're still going like a 2000, like
Toyota.
10 or 12. They're like going for like 30. It's like, what the fuck?
Did you see the freaking new donut one on the freaking FJ?
I didn't finish it yet.
The FJ they were saying is one of the cars that holds its retail value the best.
The only thing that holds value better than an FJ Cruiser, some of them are actually like, compared to last year, mileage condition wise, is going up. But the Land Cruiser holds its value insanely. It only loses 80% of its value in the first like 10 years.
Yeah, but it's also like $100,000 now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, they're and the thing is, I like about them, they're not luxury vehicles. They're built. They don't have the audit. They still have cable E brakes, and I don't want to bore people, but
Anyway,
I'm on a van.
I started a beer. Now I'm cold. Now I'm getting tired.
We need some fresh air.
I need a nap. It is a little.
We
warm.
need
Need a
nap.
shot.
I need a shot.
Some
You ever
Red Bull.
tried Goldschlager before? That stuff wakes you up.
I did that on my freaking back at my bachelor party. That was a long time ago.
That stuff is gross. It's all a lot of it's gross.
We have. So let's go back to van culture. Let's talk about some.
Let's
van
talk about vans.
So these new fucking Toyota, are the new ones the Siennas still? The fucking,
It's still Sienna.
dude, I'm seeing them fuckers everywhere.
I like them, dude. And the thing is, I don't know what it is about them, but they talk so nicely, and you can throw 20. Like,
Well, I'll
they
say-
come with 20s now.
They're really kind of a boring fucking van. But you see the ones online?
When they're bagged, they're
Oh, dude.
okay, van culture. I forgot the guy's name. We'll put it on the bottom.
Well, you got to tell me it.
I'll send it to you.
You say
It's
that, but you
completely,
never do.
it's completely murdered. It is so gangster looking. Like when it just rolls.
I like the fucking Sienna, the one that's got the. I think Box Lifestyle had it. It's the one that's got the cool fucking patterns on it that I posted pictures of it last week.
Yeah, the gray one.
Dude, that thing's fucking nuts.
Dude, they're.
And the fucking Pacificas. Who would have thought the fucking Pacifica was badass?
When they first came out, I saw one at the auto show, and I'm anti-FCA. By the way, like I'm very anti-FCA. I'm anti-Chrysler in general, but that is a good-looking van. I don't know why. Well, the funny thing is, the Pacifica used to be like a 5-door, 3-row SUV thing. Have you ever been in one of those early ones?
Probably.
They're bizarre. They're so weird.
I think I've been in that. Dude, I want a fucking Maserati. Holy fuck.
Oh, God. Okay, here's what I don't like about Maserati.
Hey, I went on the tangent that time, not Pee-wee.
Listen. Let's take Fiat Chrysler.
This has nothing to do with
Let's
Box
have Fiat
Lifestyle.
Chrysler technology and let the Italians make a car out of it.
Hey,
How bad is that? That's horrible.
Maserati used to be owned by Ferrari several years ago.
Do we know what we're getting really far out. Okay,
Let's talk
you know
about
what
van
Fiat
culture.
stands for, right?
It's Maserati and Ferrari and...
Oh, God. Those Maseratis are famous for
There's a
just
squirrel
breaking.
running up a tree right there.
Is there?
Ooh, something shiny.
Ooh.
Okay, back
Well,
to
no,
the
here's
van.
what
Mind you, I had a freaking conversation earlier, a meeting,
back-
and Pee-wee, I said,
What
gotta
I like
rein
about
it
the
in.
van culture, when they get together, they get together. I'm talking, they'll come in like 50 deep. It's crazy.
Have you seen California?
California, it's huge
Yes.
in Cali.
It-
Here,
it-
it's not growing like
Here
it
it's
does in
Tony.
Cali. Yeah, it's Tony and like a couple others. Yeah, but you know what though? The
My beer is warm.
the Toyota Previas. There's 2 Previas out here, the
Yes.
purple one and the red one.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Those are big with the box life or the van culture people, and they're like they're like 2 towns over from me.
Well, you need to go find them
I could
and
try.
be like, hey.
I don't want to go creeping through
Well,
the hood to go find these people. Like I don't want to just be weird.
the purple one's out and about. It goes to like city to city for shows and stuff like that because I believe the owner has a backpack company, Equilibrium, I believe.
Okay.
So they're always taking that car to the shows.
What are they using it like a promo vehicle or something?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Like
Those
Comic-Con and
Previas
all
are so
that,
cool.
yeah.
I don't know what... I like a lot of them. I don't know if I was going to have one.
Don't they call it the egg or something?
A Tylenol is what my boss called it.
I think a lot of people call it the egg because it's the way it's shaped.
Grand 97 Grand Caravans look like that. They have that that round back
It's
to
like a
them.
fucking Tylenol.
It kind of does. The funny thing is they weren't really solid vehicles.
I don't know what I would want if I was to get a van.
I love the
I don't know.
dash.
Astro vans are still fucking...
No. The
Yeah.
Astro van is the hottest minivan ever made. You can't change my mind.
Yeah, but
You cannot change
You
my
can't do
mind.
it imports, though. You gotta
Is
do
that
it.
just
No,
because
it's-
of its squared edges? Do you feel that way about
It's because the Astro van is it's okay, and if you look at an Astro van, it's really not a minivan. And this is it's a minivan. Because if you size dimensionally, they're only slightly smaller than a shorty Chevy van. Like the early one. Like
Well, you're talking... Because they made the extended one.
okay,
too.
for an American on the American market, nothing was better than the Astro van.
No.
How about that? I remember my mom had a Windstar when I was a little kid.
Dude, there were some Windstars that were kick-ass. You put a fucking Windstar on a set of fucking Porsche...
Like an
five spokes.
early, like...
Yes.
Are you talking an Aerostar or a Windstar?
No, Aerostar. The Windstars were ugly.
The Windstars were the later ones. My mom had a Windstar. No, the Aerostars are sweet.
Windstars were good for...
They gotta be hammered down.
The only thing I know about Windstars is we smoked the shit out of fucking some stogies on the way to snowboarding, and my buddy said every fucking time. His wife had to fucking hate us on Monday.
Just gets in it and
Get in the
smells like
fucking
a
car.
fucking
We're sitting
bar.
there. We just smoked a bunch of backwoods cigars in the fucking.
Oh my god, that car probably stunk so bad. Well, no, the windows don't open either. Like the new ones, all the windows open.
But I gotta figure that out because that's one of the things I'm going to do on railing boxes. I want Safari windows all the way around.
Okay, so it's the two sides that flap out.
And the back. Imagine.
I would really like to see you. I don't think you'd be interested, but I like the idea of carriage doors
No.
where the top half swings and the bottom.
See, I
Ton of work.
want to weld the gate closed. So there's no gate, but I want all the windows to
What
fold
if
out.
you weld it in, but you cut it right underneath? Like, okay, so you know how the struts come down, and then you have the glass. Keep some of the metal, cut it, and have it like a hatch.
Well, that's what I was going to do, but I really don't want to do it that way. I want to hinge all the glass. That way when I'm driving, I
So
can
you
have
just
all
want
the
the
glass.
glass only hinged. I don't see why you can't.
Well, and it was done before. There was a guy, Thomas.
Okay.
He had one
I've
of
seen
his-
pictures of it.
He had piano hinges that he glued in. But, it's never going to fall out. But then he sold it and got it back, and one of the quarter windows was missing. I wonder where it went. So I'm not going to glue it. But,
Well, you got to get the shit that bonds to the glass.
and it can be done. But my other idea is more or less, especially with the back, is getting hinges like off of the old Blazers. And
That could work.
The only problem is the rear windows tempered on it because I need them drilled so you can.
You can drill. Don't ask me how, but I know it can be done.
I'm sure it can be.
And
done.
if you pay somebody to do it, it ain't gonna be cheap.
So that's what I'm going to look into. But I am going to do that. All the
That'd be
windows,
dope.
all the windows are going to be hinged.
Didn't somebody do a roll down window at one point?
It's been talked about and talked about and talked about.
Rando, because I saw it years ago, Rando pointed out they're like, there's not enough structure in that door to do
I
that.
brought that up. If
Did you bring that up?
If you take out any of that back to fold that down, that
Yeah.
back piece is going to turn
I
into a
fucked with
fucking
one the
crumpled
other
mess.
on yesterday, and yeah, no,
Yeah,
those things are flimsy.
Yeah. Well, not only that, and on the factory stuff, if you were to do the top, you have to build a framework around the outside of the window at the top and put in a weather strip seal. It's a lot of
And
work.
the tracks, and well, somebody's like, oh, well, you could use a RAV4. No.
You could do it if you made the
Not a
window
RAV4,
smaller, but
Land
it's
Cruiser, not a Land Cruiser. 4Runner.
Yeah, well,
4Runners?
yeah, you could you can use the regulator for a 4Runner, no problem. That's not
But
the
the
issue.
tracks.
But no, because
Oh, you would make a surround for it, right?
you'd have to make a surround for it because if
Right.
it's going to come up the top of the window at the side has to have a track in it.
Right.
Otherwise, it would come
Right,
out and
right,
fucking
right,
fall off. So it's a lot of work, and I would like to see it done as much as anybody else, but I don't see how it's feasible. And that's coming from somebody
It's
that
going
knows
to
his
take
way around the
more work than anybody's willing to get involved in.
I think it'll be more work than it's worth. I think the hinged glass idea is much more feasible and a lot less work.
I'll tell you what I have seen in mini truck world is somebody took like an OBS extended cab, and they got all the windows to roll down. They took the side glass, they roll up and down in the back window.
That wouldn't be hard.
Yeah, that's a lot easier than doing a second. But that's one of those things that nobody does. But when you see it, you're like, wait.
Does that mean I got to do the little vent windows in the back too?
Well, you wanted to do the vents anyway, right? That vent out.
Well, the back, the quarter glass in the back, but does I got to do the door one in the door too? That might be hard.
No, to keep the.
That might
You
be-
roll the windows down, it shows anyway.
Yeah, I know, but it was going to look weird because. Anyway.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. Anyway,
Well, Joe wanted to do that on his Civic where the backs hinge.
yeah, that wouldn't be hard.
For FJ Cruisers, I think they make a kit for it because you know the FJ windows, the back windows are sealed. They're fixed glass.
You know what else I didn't know? That windshield was fucking straight up and down.
Oh no! That windshield is fucking flat. My friend had one. We had it. That car dominates off road. The only con is it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's a heavy car, but it's got 3 windshield wipers. You think you're like
I never noticed that till
No,
I
they
saw-
got fucking 3 of them. You should see. He gets pissed at it. He's like, oh, I gotta buy 3 of these fucking things. but like, no, when you see him going, it's like, and it's a really crazy vehicle. I like them. They're so expensive. Oh my God, are they expensive?
We're talking about FJs again. Is that a box sculptured vehicle?
For today, for right now, it is. Did you just pause it, or you?
Yeah.
Oh.
But
why?
nobody was talking.
Okay.
Well, now that's in there, Pee Wee. Now, fuck.
You're good.
I know.
We'll figure it out.
It's the whole mouse clicky.
Oh, dude, I know that sucks, doesn't it?
That's what.
We gotta get a new mouse. We're gonna make that like the backup or something.
No, the problem is I switched the mouse out because the one when I was editing, the other one would fuck up, and I can't do it on my chair.
What other wise things do we have to talk about?
I don't really know. I'm telling you, dude, I'm really excited to learn about other parts of this.
I'm excited about our next guest.
The culture thing, with the vans and that, because I don't know much about it.
It's a different thing.
And I'll tell you this: I've been watching in some of the groups. I'm on the Element group. I'm in the Kia Salt Culture one.
Elements are another weird one.
They're not. Their pages don't move as fast as ours.
No,
but the people seem to have more energy, I think, because there's not as much. There's not as people haven't pushed the bounds with those as they had. I'm not saying people haven't. The majority of people haven't pushed the bounds on those things. There's already a Kia Soul with a K20 swap. We just now got somebody doing that.
Somebody did that with a Kia Soul.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
And it's a girl.
Wow.
I've talked to her a little bit. We're gonna have her on at some point.
That would be cool.
Chief. He's got the Element that's on Box Lifestyle right now. Check out the interview; it's great. Dude, the stuff that he did, that truck is one of the reasons why we're doing this, because I was reading it and reading the attention to detail, and with the XB guys, you see people in there. Has anybody ever used this? Has everybody ever used that? I'm thinking about buying. Dude, you
gotta be a pioneer.
You can't do that in those things. You've got to be, and there's
little aftermarket support,
and that's what I want the XB people to see. That you guys are you're like spoiled children. We can go and get whatever the fuck we want, and these guys are going, this'll fit. This'll fit.
Dude, I thought second gen parts were hard to find. It ain't shit compared to what.
So what I'm saying is those guys are a little more hardcore.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what pages are really dead are the XAs. The XA pages are dead.
What about TC?
I don't know. I'm not on TC pages.
I don't like TC.
But no, I give props to like cars that have no aftermarket support and people still make it happen.
But that's what you guys got to understand when it comes to this stuff. I see people on there, just go buy something. You don't have to buy something. I think there was a guy, he posted a picture, he's like, a picture of his rear lip that he made, and he's like, I was too broke to go make one. Dude, it's not about being broke, it's about making something cool, and that thing looked badass. People got to understand that you don't have to buy something. You can go out and make those parts, and do that, and learn what you're doing.
You want to fuck with plastic? Go to Harbor Freight, $11.99. You can buy the plastic welding kit. And you can do it cheaper than that because you can just run with a soldering iron. Get the mask.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta have the mask.
You learned that the hard way. You have not been high until you've been high off freaking plastic welding.
Nothing hits like that melted ABS, man.
Oh my god, dude! I stood up and I was like, "Whoa!"
The way weed hits? No, it hit some of this.
I was like smelling colors and shit.
I smell purple. I smell purple.
Smell colors.
So that's what we want you guys to see, and we're gonna do more of that on our tech thing. We got what do we call that? Mod techs and tips. We're gonna do some of that shit. But we want you guys to see that you don't have to just do that. You can sit down and go, I got this, that, and the other thing, and I'm gonna make this work. Well,
I think next week I talked to Jesse, and I think we're gonna start playing. He's got a guinea pig bumper, and he's gonna let me play with it. He's got an idea brewing. We're gonna try and piece it together. It's gonna be cool. I'm not gonna blow up a spot, but
that's what we want, man. We want to show you guys. Maybe that's it.
Well, it's really easy to hang out with him now too, because he only lives 20 minutes from my house.
Did you fucking film at the junkyard yesterday?
No, we were too involved. It was a fucking mess. He walked out with an armful of parts. Because there was a second gen there. He got the wing, he got the A-pillars, he got things. He's like, some of it's going to be guinea pigs, some of it we're modifying. I'm like, there you go.
That's it. We're gonna do a fucking thing where we're just gonna go to junkyard. We got the gimbal now.
Well, yeah, me and you got to go. We got to find
We
out.
got Jim too.
Okay, fucker.
Well, come on. We'll come with.
Just because it's
Wait a
hilarious.
minute. No. Don't be like that with me.
No, it's.
Jim, don't.
I was just gonna say he's like
now
he's like
you
Wilson.
hurt my feelings.
He's
now.
like Wilson from fucking Home Improvement. All we see is this.
All we see is the top half.
Howdy-ho, neighbor.
I love that show. I got the first season on DVD.
I'm glad you do. Let's go on to something else.
Moving on. We should probably. Do we have anything else to talk
No,
about?
we should shut the fuck up because it's getting hot in here.
It's getting real hot in here.
All right, guys. We'll see you. Get a beer because this is.
I wanna every day and every night. Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling? I wanna know.
My take on the whole what's happened to tuner culture, like recently, like to where we're at now. It used to be everyone was into the ricey look and whatever, and then somebody figured out, let's go clean, let's go low, let's keep it real, like, you know, real even, like JDM. Not. Yeah, that was the JDM look. Yeah. And then everyone's like, and that one, people were winning shows like that. Everyone goes, oh, I want that too. Mm-hmm. So everyone started going for that clean, polished look, like. Yeah, there's like 10 cars that all look, you know, they're nice, but there's nothing done to them because they want that clean effect. But people have gotten away from the modification to bring it all together. It's just like, we're just going clean.
Maybe you just put it there. Everybody is so afraid of being called ricey anymore that they're afraid to go there.
Rice it out, people. Let's go back to the old school.
Going back to 104 Nights.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Those are back in the day. You know, I love those days, and obviously it got taken a little too far in some of that stuff. But dude, 104 Nights back in the day was the shit.
Oh, it was
fun. Yeah.
It was fun thinking about it. And I worked the booths when I was working for Circuit City because they sponsored it. I would work the booths there.
Yeah,
man, that's a name I haven't heard.
Totally, yeah, I know, right?
Circuit City.
But that was fun, just to be part of that culture and be a vendor in that show. You know,
just being in those shows. I don't know if you guys had ever been to the early ones because like the new ones are not anything like
They're
it.
not.
It was basically a car show in a nightclub. You had the lights were off. You had the laser lights going over your head. It was and people dressed up. You know, dude, you'd go just to look at the girls. It was like, Jesus Christ, I got whiplash.
Oh, I found those pictures from my first one the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, in northern San Diego, Del Mar. That was my first time in Port Heights in
Oh, no
1999.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that had to been a
So
trip.
if you ever seen old pictures, I've got a picture of a CRX that had goldfish in the headlight. It was a pale blue and white car. I have a picture of that car at home, of that very headlight with the goldfish in it. And I'm like, that's what people did. Had a little purple neon light over it. I was like, you could see it, but it was there. People were putting IS300 taillights on Preludes because it was close. There was a car was popular. It was a Prelude. It was popular with that. I was driving behind that guy in San Diego one day. I was like, oh, I've seen this car in the magazines. It's a Super Street.
He's got buckets. He's got buckets for IS300s. The
Yeah.
metal housing bucket.
Yeah, right.
And it's got to come back to that because even in Chicago, we had guys that were doing that, headlight swaps and taillight swaps and wide bodies when it was a fucking wide body. It
Right.
wasn't
When you
just
actually
undercut.
cut and widen the body.
You can always bring up that guy with that old that Cavalier.
Oh God,
Dude.
Remember that thing?
Yes.
No one liked that car, but
he
man,
won
it was-
every
he won
fucking
everything.
time.
Yeah, he had S15 headlights and whatever the taillights were. I don't remember, but the car was completely and fully custom.
God, I
I come
wonder if
across a
Was it
Beretta that had
yellow?
a Corvette rear end grafted to it way, back in the early 2000s. I'm like, it was just out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was out there. I mean, it worked. Yeah.
And it was a good time, man.
It was a good time.
It was so much fun doing those.
Mhm.
And it was exactly that. You would go to see what was next, what's new, what can you do, and those guys would go to the shops. And then I worked in a shop up in the city for a little while, and seeing those guys come in and doing that shit, and
Yeah.
Lambo doors and all that crap.
That's a trend that fell off the wayside. Nobody wants to do them anymore.
But after
I just had a car at my shop that had Lambo doors on it. It was
Did it?
still a pain. Yeah. I couple that with racing seats, they suck. I got stuck in the car. Yeah, but it's all good.
It's. I think that's a good way to look at it there, Pee-wee, is that it is that people are afraid to be racist.
I think people like.
Well, I get called
I
racing
also
today.
think it's like a trend thing. Everyone wants this one look, and nobody wants to go outside of that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the whole stereotype, because it used to be like nobody wanted to be ricey, but I think that's gonna change. Because I see some people doing more and more, like exactly what we're talking about, more and more extreme and doing this and
you got
going out on a limb with the body work and stuff.
You've got to look. Let's go just to XP culture right now. I'm sorry for you Kia guys and all them other people, but you look at the XP culture and Dan, his purple XP, changed.
breaking the internet.
Mike Jones. He's gone out. His isn't as wild, but he's got the freaking vinyl and he's got the.
It pops when you see it. You can't miss it.
There's a couple other guys there that got more of a rat style.
Who was it that just was talking about one of those mild wide body kits for the first gen, where it just kind of starts at the middle of the rear door and it kind of it looks like scooped and
it's
got
kind
the
of
fatter
square.
fender. Yeah, someone bought one of those. Goes, what do you think? And everyone got on this guy, and I was like, if you do it right, I've seen a couple done right. It look really good.
Well, and
and I'm like, nobody does it anymore. I think it's cool now.
And I think that's part of the problem too, is because everybody does. They jump. Oh, why are you gonna do that?
It's not just over fenders. This is something that nobody knows about anymore because it actually is a real wide body kit, not just over fenders.
I think the problem is they're all thinking about everyone's opinion instead of, do I like it and I'm gonna go with it.
Does your cars get hated on at shows, or is that a me problem?
What?
Have you guys ever gotten hate at car shows?
I always get hate.
Where do I start?
Like, do people talk shit?
I'm sure you're
Where do I
gonna
start? Where do I start? I don't know how many times I've seen kids walk by and go, "I would spend money on this car," and I'm like,
Me, motherfucker.
I did. It's my car. I'm like, talk to me about it. Let me, let's figure it out. I mean, why? Why do you have a problem with it? I would ask people, why do you have a problem with it?
A lot of it has to do with jealousy.
Yeah.
I know I've done it and seen cars, and I'm like, and I sit there and think in my head, why would I think that? Because he's got something that's getting attention, and I don't. Unfortunately, we have to sit back and look at yourself and do that.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
all right, Claudia, you got something that you want to see that come back? That
Well, you guys covered a lot of it.
I know that kind of works.
But I mean, in the XP culture, I'd like to see a bit more rugged XPs, a bit more of the pickups.
More
some
trucks.
Yeah, more trucks.
That is interesting. Yeah.
Modern
It's
I'm
actually-
the
trailers.
opposite. I think I've seen there's so
Some of
many
the
XP
lifting ones, if
trucks
they
and-
were done, like if they're done correctly, they look nice.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, if they overdo it, then yeah, it looks like shit. If they overdo the crash bar, it looks like shit. But you know, if they like it, they like it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the whole point.
I like the off-road thing a little bit. I think it's cool to see people going that route because it is different, and that's coming from me that has to have everything laid on the ground, just because it's different.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen some when I'm going through that I've got in my file for intros that are coming up, you know, and even the monster truck one that was at SEMA, I think it was several quite a ways back. But it's cool to see that in different takes. As far as the pickup truck thing, I gotta go the opposite way on that. It does look good, but it's like the trailer thing. Everybody's copying it. And even
Yeah.
it's gotten to the point, you know, if you look at it though, it's gotten popular. I don't know for a fact, but I think the XB guys were the first ones doing it. And now you're seeing Chargers done and Volkswagen's done and BMW's done. And it's cool to see it, but a lot of them, and this is coming from me who looks at a lot of styling, it doesn't look right with the front end, the back end is straight.
But there's a ton of work that's involved. And that's
There's
the
definitely.
Cool,
I'm not
that's the
knocking
cool
that.
factor to me. Yeah, I like the fact that it takes a ton of work to get to that point.
I think the
With the
XBs look a
truck
lot better than some of the other ones that are cut into.
True.
Even like the yellow element that's out, that one looks nice, but it's very square on the back. But then if you also go and look at the new Honda Ridgeline, it comes factory that way.
Yeah, yeah, it looks like that already. Yeah.
You know what my hang up is with the trailer? Like, I would do one, but like, it's a weight thing. On the first gens, it's like, I don't think they can, I don't know. I want it long enough to actually make a can, because I see, like, I don't know, like, it's hard to say, like.
And I don't mean to cap on anybody that's doing it.
No. I
But
think if you want to do it, absolutely go ahead and do it, but I just know that it's not an easy
it just
thing.
seems like it's like the thing. That guy got attention. I'm going to do this. Okay. Well, why don't you go the little ricey way? Because nobody's going that way. You know, lean that way instead of the trailer. You know, we've seen some really nice freaking trailer ones and whatnot, and I'm sure there's other ones to do out.
There's a lot of them in work still, and I think what's happening is people go into it and then they go, oh wait, this is gonna cost money.
Yeah.
You know, on the trailers that I'm seeing, I know we had Jamie Stabbard on a while ago, and she's got one where it's no roof at all.
That one's the
That one
there's
stands
nothing
out
like
to
that.
me just because it's a little bit different. Because the thing that drives me nuts on a lot of them is the windshield. I think Steve Ball's leaving his windshield, which makes more sense. But on some of them where they cut it, and
Oh, it's just a sheet metal thing. Yeah.
yeah, it looks kind of odd to me.
Yeah.
That's how Mach did his, I think. I don't remember what the front of it looks like.
Yeah.
The thing is though,
But with his is it's a little different because he's done so much to the rest of it. You don't focus on that.
the thing is, if you make the trailer and you go leave it up to the firewall, there's a lot of potential to have a really nice like camper trailer. But when they're short like that, I don't know what you do with them.
No, I
Like
think
I have a hang up with the function of it.
I think part of it is
No.
probably like with Mach and whatnot, and it would depend on how damaged the vehicle is when you got it. That might be the reason why he's gone that far.
That's true. It's also a weight thing because you can go, okay, well with the weight, because I mean if you use up to the firewall, you're carrying the whole car behind you. You're pulling the whole car.
That's
Plus
what,
with the tongue weight and the weight of all the weight is on the front.
that's why
it's-
Patrick's is cut like that, because of all the weight.
Yeah, he would.
The way
I would
with
like
this
to have him on and have a chat about that. That'd be
And that would make
interesting.
sense.
But that's my thing. It's got to be a weight. It's a weight thing.
And plus, look at where the wheels are in the back. They're all
It's
the way to
all
the
the
back.
way to the back. Most of the weight's on the tongue.
Right.
So you got to be on bags or something because I don't know how else you.
I always wondered about that. Yeah, with the axle at the very.
Yeah.
back.
So I'm glad I'm not the only one because I was just curious
And
about
that
how it
may be
works.
some of the problems that Steve's having with his.
Well, his looks
he
like
does.
it works, but he hit the height on it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's gonna figure it out, but
You talk about being
it works.
different. You want to, stretch them, make trucks out of them. Let's make the limos. Whatever
There-
happened to that?
oh my
I would
God.
love to get my hands on one of those.
Do you remember that second?
Yeah,
There was a
that's for
second
sale.
gen limo up by us, and
For
it,
sale too.
they wanted
yeah.
$32,000 for it,
That's the
and
same
I
one.
wanted it.
That's the same one I took a picture of.
I
Yeah.
fucking wanted that car so bad, and I couldn't make it happen.
Jesse wanted to rent it for his wedding.
I remember
I
that.
thought about it.
That's a hard sell on the wife, though.
Yeah.
Because there was a company overseas that did, it was called F-Tech, and they did one, they stretched one into a limo. They did where they stretched it was just the white, and then so it was all fancy, you know, like a limo would be. They did the interior mildly, but they took their body kit, stretched the body kit to it, used wheels like I've got, aired it out, so it was like this super long VIP BB. It was super different, yeah. We've seen them all stock here. And I'm like, now that makes you like, okay, that would be cool. Just roll in, this guy's got an XB, and it just keeps going as you go by. You know? And you just lay the whole thing out, and it's going to look like a train car sitting on the ground.
Oh God, yeah. Can you
That would be
imagine?
really interesting. That would be one way to really push the boundary and go the other way and make it longer. Tandem axle them. There's a mini truck thing.
Yeah,
Do a
tandem axle.
I can't
And that's
imagine
coming
doing
back
that.
too.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
actually.
tandems are becoming a thing again. I think people are working on them.
And with all the ones that are in a junkyard, how feasible is it to freaking do it? You know, you can go find a junk XB.
I think it's a cost thing, dude.
Well, that's a lot of fab work, is what it is.
Tons.
Well,
Tons.
it's you could take it with the guy that took the 4-door Civic and put a hatchback version on the back of his sedan and made a 4-door hatchback Civic.
I saw that.
That was very cool.
Dude, and that
so-
turned out really
It
well.
was actually, yeah. That was pretty cool. Yeah, so
And it probably almost looks natural too, doesn't it?
it did.
Yeah.
It was really good work.
When people can do a modification that almost looks like it's supposed to be that way, I love stuff like
Well,
that.
that's the subtlety I always like with some stuff.
That's like the Singer. That's like how Singer does Porsches. Like they change everything, but it's so subtle you wouldn't know unless you know what you're looking at.
And that's the detail work. When people
Yes.
are, it's the attention to detail. It's not you put a fucking little thing on there. It's that you made something to the point where it looks like it's factory, and you actually have to go and look at your own car.
Maybe that's what I need to do. I need
Like-
to go lottery and stretch my
like a chip
I don't know
foos
where
car,
it's
like,
going.
I don't know. I did that to another one. Leave that one alone.
like a Boyd Connington or a Chip Foos cars. Those guys change stuff, smooth stuff out, and by the time it's done, if you don't know that car, you don't know what's changed because it looks like it's intended to be that way. And that's just top
Those are good
top
days.
of the line body work too.
Well, what about you, Jesse? You got anything you think would be cool to come back?
To come back.
Or even something that you'd like to see?
I don't know. I like when people do stuff like they make their own version of what they want, so they don't follow,
They're not
the
buying
trends.
something and putting it on. They're changing it up.
like
Okay.
whether it takes buying extra parts just to try shit out how they want to do it, then do it, but also don't really care about what other people say, because at the end of the day it's your car, you do what you want to it.
Yeah.
And I just don't, I don't know. I feel like we've already said that a lot of this stuff gets played out way too much, and just I almost want to say take your personality and put it in your car, kind of, and do.
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah,
A little
don't
more-
do what everyone else is doing, because that's not something that you can be like, oh, that's so and so's car because it's got this, this, and this in it.
Like it should really be tailored
Yeah.
to the driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not in excess to where, to me, I wouldn't want to see that in excess where you're like, whoa, that's too much.
Well,
Yeah, there's a balance.
and I think a lot of that has to do, again, going back to the groups, because, you can't put a picture of your car to show anything off.
Without someone criticizing.
Well, it wouldn't necessarily that. I would expect some little bit of criticism,
Yeah.
but most of the time it's, oh my god, I like your wheels. What offset is that? What's the
Yeah.
what's the specs?
True.
Well,
you don't.
I hate it's the
you don't-
culture.
What's the
The
name?
culture.
And I-
Yeah.
I think that's part of what's going on with the groups that are kind of killing it off. Is everybody's tired of it because you can't show off what you've done because it gets no
Everyone wants it.
response.
Yeah. And
Well,
then if you
that's
don't
the
tell
thing.
them where you got anything from, you're a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's the thing. You could be like, I'm doing this thing, and they're like, oh, where do I get one of those? Or
How do I do
how do I do exactly the one-to-one of what you're doing, or what brand are those wheels? It's like, let me do my thing. Go find a different thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's I don't know.
That's the other thing. I like custom parts too. Like if you're making something out of nothing to fit your car.
Just
that's-
wait. We got a project on Tuesday.
Oh shit.
Or am I coming over Monday? We got a thing. We got a thing we're gonna try and pioneer.
Which one?
The bumper, the black one.
On
The thing.
On my car? Or the
Yeah,
wagon?
for yours.
On the wagon?
Are we doing that?
I don't know. We can go get
We'll
we can go
figure
get
it
another
out.
bumper
We'll
and
have
try
a beer
it.
and we'll guinea pig.
Plastic welding is what's going on.
Yeah.
$11.99 at Harbor Freight. You buy that kit and go watch a couple YouTube videos and go buy a jump
Hey,
bumper and
I'm
give it
just
a
gonna
go.
say, make sure you wear the fucking wrist
Wear
guard.
the mask because you'll be tasting colors.
Tasty
We
cup.
talked about that in the intro.
What color what does red taste like?
I don't know. I've never been so high. I was in this garage doing some plastic welding, and I'm going at it. I'm like, dude, I'm getting done. I'm doing it. I stood up and went, whoa. I'm gonna sit back down. So that's one of the reasons why we're kind of bringing in the band culture and all the other guys, because I know I talked to Chief with the Element that's on Box Lifestyle feature here recently, and that one really put me over the edge because of the fact that there's not a lot of parts for those cars.
Yeah.
And he had to go and find what would work and bring this and bring that. He did a lot of Japanese parts and whatnot. And I want to bring that to the Scion guys and make them realize that you guys are a bunch of spoiled kids that can go on wherever you want and find parts. And these guys are scavenging. And not only that, but if you go on their boards, they're nice. The people, oh, that's great. It's cool to see. It's not what it is here. And
That's like the Camry forum that I'm on. There's like, 3rd and 4th gen Camrys with like 92 to 01. And all the guys on there that are trying to modify them and make them different, aside from like the guys that are on there for maintenance and help with just maintaining a 25-year-old car.
right.
A lot of them are making their own stuff. They're trying to track down like a holy grail of parts for certain cars, and even the wagons, like even just like a fender bender in a wagon, like the Camry wagons, you have to search for a rear bumper, rear door, anything from the rear side back. Like
You had to drive 3 hours north just to go find one.
Yeah. Door.
So
yeah.
one
Well,
door.
and that's great, and you see the guys on the line, they're, I need a new bumper, hopefully this color. Dude, go to fucking the auto parts store, you can get them.
Yeah.
You know, fender bender, whatever, rock auto, whatever, they're there. It's not like that where you have to, go looking for it, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of at a loss when it comes to that. I'm finding myself spending less time on that, which is kind of aggravating.
That's why I like the gram. You don't get a lot of that on the gram. You just get to see stuff, and you don't like it, you just go.
Yeah, I've been on Instagram more than Facebook nowadays.
Well, you don't have to listen to anybody bitch. It's just, hey, that car's cool.
It's nice. Double tap. Keep scrolling.
Dude, I just figured out how to use that like a couple months ago.
What,
It takes
Instagram?
It takes some work, man.
I started following
It's
you.
not what it used to be though. It used to be like straight photography.
Yeah.
I liked Instagram for just straight, wicked
That's-
good photography, and then
Yeah.
it became
Anything
Facebook
and
of
everything.
pictures.
Yeah.
How many filters you got?
Someone's girlfriend is a model, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Everybody's a model.
Oh, everybody's a
Every
model.
girl's a
What are we
model.
doing wrong? Maybe
Hey,
we
man,
should-
if you put all those filters on, anybody can be a model.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
You can make me a model if you really want.
I used to love messing with the different filters and taking pictures of Hot Wheels cars or moss on the sidewalk and make it look like an island. And you could tilt shift it and do stuff with it. Just the app, it was really neat.
Well,
you can still do it, but now nobody really appreciates. Now they're uploading their pictures from their digital cameras, and putting there, and I'm like, that's not what it was.
Dude, is
originally,
anybody
This is
Instagram
fun
off a
stuff.
desktop anymore?
I don't know if you can.
I don't know.
I don't
Who
know.
has a desktop first?
I know there's somebody.
It's right there.
My laptop is
what's-
dead under my Airtable center. Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned it on and it says you need updates, so I turned it off. Hang on, time for this.
Well, and it's amazing because I was doing something and I was trying to do it on my phone. I was managing outside the box group, okay? And I'm trying to do it on my phone. I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah,
You get so much more options on a computer.
Yeah.
And people forget that. But
But it's not convenient.
It's not.
It's not really convenient, yeah.
But it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like you. I got it sitting there right next to the TV.
Sure is
Yeah.
despicable.
I see. We told you.
It tells you to change.
It does.
that'll be
It
alright.
pushes you forward, and then you're like,
Glad you guys placed me on this one. Super comfortable.
Yeah, it's not bad actually.
We
Yeah.
put you guys on the good chairs.
well, we decided that this is the last one. We're getting the futon next.
Yes, yeah, couch. Yeah, we made that same joke.
It's hilarious how that
Oh.
comes up.
Everybody knows.
Well, I
Oh,
did
man.
say I was going to start a different cast. It was going to be a porn cast for.
Whoa, what? Why was I not informed?
He was even out of that one.
You're not invited.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't.
Oh, whoa.
All right, Pee Wee, what do you got? How long are we going there, Joe?
About to hit 50.
Oh, really?
50? Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
This is going to get
I'm
good
gonna-
now.
Dude, it got great
got-
with you as soon as we shut the camera off. We're like,
We
Yeah,
talked
see what you did?
3 hours. 3 hours.
And it took
like,
this long to get me back on again.
Look at that. All right, I'm gonna derail because that's what I'm famous for. What do you guys think of the new Supra?
I knew it was
Don't
coming.
even.
fuck that car.
Yeah.
I saw one
Fuck
driving.
BMW
It's all right.
Well-
and their car.
Well, okay. Okay. I did not like this car. This car has been around for a very long time. It's been, we're predating probably 2014, somewhere between 2010 and 2014. This car has been a gleam in the eye. We finally got this car. We have a design that's very old, which is unusual for Toyota because they change their design about every year and a half. So we have a design in a car that I'm looking and going, I've been seeing this car for a really long time. We now got it, and it looks old to me. I love the interior.
That's true.
It is a BMW interior. It looks really nice. It works with the body design. I've seen one up close. I think there's some trivial design accents that they did to it. I don't like the door, outside of the doors look like there's door panels stuck on them. That's kind of weird. I didn't see that until I saw it
Yeah.
up close. So I'm like, okay, you don't want to drive this in the winter around here because it will rust and you have a rust line around the middle of the door. I don't know, but I think the aftermarket is going to really embrace the car. I think the car's got really good potential, and a lot of people. I was one of the naysayers to start off, and I started thinking about it, and I'm like, Toyota's got their hand in here. This might very well be the most reliable BMW ever made. Honestly,
I think he's right.
honestly, it will be. It's already, nobody knows the horsepower of it. The last time I remember that from anything from Toyota was the second gen TC. Nobody really knew what the horsepower was. It was 170 one day. They took the car down. Another day it was 190. What happened?
Huh.
This Super is the same way. Nobody, people are saying, oh, it's 500 horsepower, it's 600 horsepower, it's 700 with a mild tune, it's this with a downpipe. It's off the charts already, and they're just got for sale. It's all over the place. This is going to be a very interesting car. It's going to change. It's going to
Like
change
you said outside when we were talking before, there's a lot. The aftermarket is already jumping on it, which is great.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of the aftermarket will be able to make it something more. My thing on it is, we waited so long on this car, and it basically looks like an FRS to me.
Mm-hmm.
And
The front bumper grill is the same off of 14 Camry.
Yeah.
It's got the same little opening. And I'm like, okay, so this is old.
That might be Toyota design language playing a factor into
True.
that.
It's going to get changed really
Listen,
soon.
like, I
Something's
don't
going to
think-
happen, and this
Yeah.
car's going to just fly off.
I
Somebody will
hope
make
it
it
does,
fit. It
but
will, yeah.
I just feel a little disappointed on what it was. I was never really big on the Supras. That anyway, I like my idea of a Supra is a Celica Supras back in the
Oh yeah,
day.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
real Supras.
yeah. I think it's going to be a good car. Honestly, it was a little out there, as far as the design goes. I don't really know what they're trying to do with it. It is very bubbly,
It's very busy.
very round. It looks
It's
like it's
very
made out of
busy,
fiberglass.
yeah.
Well, but that's a lot of the
Yeah.
Toyota cars now. If you
Yeah.
look even at the Tacomas and that,
Yeah.
they're
not creased. The Supras aren't creased, and I'm so used to creases on Toyotas, and I think
Yeah.
that's what's throwing me off. Yeah.
The proportions of it, size-wise, feel BMW, but it doesn't look BMW. It looks much better.
I think
in
it's
person.
sized well. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
just see
feels
it
like
too.
it's proportional, but
all right,
there's
Jesse.
two things I don't care for. It needs a manual. That's thing number one. Other than
Yeah.
that, I think. Listen, Toyota went out on a
Those are
limb
those are
to do that.
dinosaurs.
They are.
It's unfortunate, but we have to live with it.
All right, Jesse. Why don't you like it? I know this is coming from a guy that works on Toyotas all day.
Yeah. So, from all the crap that I've had to take tests for,
Uh,
it's basically almost inside as far as engine wise, computer wise, you know, all that is all BMW.
Yeah, that's
gonna be hell for you guys.
Because we have to learn a completely new computer system just for programming keys, reading diagnostic codes, you know.
So
all
that's
that kind of shit.
the
It's just gonna be
That's the opposite of what we're dealing with at a consumer level. You're looking at it at the technician level.
Yeah, that's they're Toyota kind of fuck shit up when they stick their hand into cars, like they did the FRS. The FRS was one, and still nobody likes working on those engines, and they have I don't know if it's a recall or a service campaign, but it's on the engine, so all the Toyota techs that can do them get stuck working on a Subaru motor, and it's a flat 6, and everyone's like, you know, great. And then the Scion IA, that's basically a Mazda.
It's all Mazda, dude.
Yeah, you open the hood and there's Mazda logos with the little Toyota logo next to it, and then
some of these got a Mercedes. I found out.
Yeah, some of the wiring harnesses even say like Ford on them too, because
Ford Mazda.
Right.
Oh my god.
They're just. It's never like. As far as like working on them, yeah, they're different. Whatever, that's fine. But it almost seems like the quality isn't there as far as like interior or just mechanics. Like they have problems with the with the FRS motors, but it's not Toyota motor. So we're like, well, that's why there's your problem. It's a Subaru motor. Get out of here. But yeah, it's the Supra. There was like one of the things was to gently close the hood. Don't push on it. Let gravity do the work, because you can dent it. And like it was a whole test, like a 10-question test or whatever
on how to close the hood.
No, not how to close the hood, but it was like body panels and things like that, maintenance for the outside of the vehicle, because it's, I guess, different metal than what Toyota customers are used to, kind of thing. The doors are super
probably
light.
lighter.
Yeah,
that's how they get that car.
How can you get lighter than a Scion XB, man?
Yeah, right.
and it's funny that you say that,
that's
because
why.
that's one of the things that we're all big on in the body shop. You never push on the hood. You always let the gravity do it.
Yeah.
And it's funny to hear that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting when we finally get ours in, because I think right now there's actually a stop sale on them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's already a recall before
they just came on there and recalled them.
Yeah, we get a lot of those on like newer model cars. That's like whenever I tell anyone that's looking at buying a car, if they change the body and the motor, wait like 2 years before you buy one.
And we just talked about in the intro on one of them too, about waiting a year, because we were talking about the new Kia Soul, which I absolutely love that car.
What is it, the Range Rover?
It's got that Range Rover look to it. Me and him were talking about that. Buddy, what do you think?
How did they get that thing?
Honestly, I haven't seen one in person, and I want to kind of see it first before I can make a judgment call on it.
I think you need to see him in person.
I love the front end. The back end,
I'm not a fan.
It's better than the old ones.
Yeah.
But it's still taking some to get used to.
Yeah.
Once you see it and
it's way too round.
I need to see it in
Well,
person.
you have to see it in
actually
person.
Judge it.
Yeah.
Because in pictures, I don't know what it is about that car. It's not photogenic.
No, it isn't.
All.
Yeah. When I finally saw one, I was like,
it looks
oh god.
so much better in person.
It really looks,
I was really
red
against
too,
it,
so
and then I saw one drive, and I'm like, okay, that's better.
Yeah.
One of the things that gets me with the Soul is it has that same problem as we were talking with the trucks. It's in the back. It needs a little something,
Yeah.
And it I think it has to do with the corner window or something, but there's something there that just kind of, But
God, that design they've barely changed it since it came out.
Yeah,
this is the first major redesign they really.
It really is, yeah.
And I was just
I think
talking
it's a
about
good
it in one of the
redesign.
intros, and I was like, I know the difference between a first gen and second gen now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it is a subtle change. But
it's been around for so long. can't believe it really has stood the test of time.
Yeah.
It really has. Much to the unfortunate of our
I
parts.
mean, if you look at the math too, I think the Kia Souls were outselling XBs.
I think there is something to that because I think the one that I had in the shop had a badge that was something about sales like 1 million. Or I don't know what the hell it was or something.
They've sold really well, and here's why I think they sold really well. They got the price point lower on them for base. They gave you more options, like you could buy the car standard with whatever. Like Scion, you had to pay extra for every little thing, but Kia was giving you packages. I think they were a little more normal looking, and I think that's why they sold better. But I like the new ones. I didn't like when they first came out because I test drove one and never liked it.
I'm not a fan of the interiors. I don't.
Yeah,
I have not seen the new one yet.
The seating position's all wrong.
I do not like the speakers at the top of the vents sitting there. It's kind of odd to me, but you know, it's whatever.
I don't like the way the hatch when you open it. It's like a little.
It's like
like a
rounded.
circle.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a cave opening.
Yeah.
You know what always cracked me up, and I don't know if you guys even know the car, the Crossfires. You ever
You
see the Crossfires?
Well, there's a cult car.
The hard top with the hatch open, it looked like a spaceship.
It did.
Like the 50s style spaceship.
With a motorized wing.
Yeah. All right.
That was a big deal.
So here's what we'll end on, and hopefully you guys can help us out on this. We were talking in the intro about we're trying to put the box thing together like Box Lifestyle did. Where do we draw the lines on this? Where would you guys draw the lines on what is a box and lifestyle vehicle and what is not? Because the main thing we've got is obviously we're more of a mini truck style, so we see things like a Blazer and some of those mini truck style vehicles as a box. But then we're like, well, you can't get into like a 64 Impala wagon and be like, well, that's kind of not. But then if you look at a 510 wagon, you're like, yeah. So we're trying to figure out where we can draw a line. Is there anything that you guys can throw in there? Because we really are stumped.
we went back and forth for about 5 minutes trying to figure it out.
And
I honestly don't even know.
it's really hard. And the main thing is I don't even know where Box Lifestyle has their edges at.
Yeah.
And, you know, at first I was like, well, we'll stop it at like a lowrider style. But I don't know if you guys know what, there's a van out. It's an old Econoline. It's called Van Gogh. It was, it's been to Japan for the Moon Eyes thing. It's really popular. I'll have to dig up some pictures of it.
It's really incredible.
But it's done more of like a lowrider style. And I'm like, well, how, if we can accept that, how could you then not accept a 64 Impala and whatnot? But it's... I think we're all stumped, so... Well, is there anything else you guys...
Well, I was doing the wagon lifestyle for a long time.
Right.
Yeah, I was helping Pat with that, you know. Yeah, I was throwing up pictures. It was mostly stuff out of Japan because I was into Min car and car view, so I was finding all these owners that had these cars out of Japan because that was the premise of the whole deal.
Yeah.
You know, Pat has an all-wheel drive hammered out Matrix tucked away somewhere now. That was his car, so he had a little wagon. I had a little wagon.
Oh,
and it worked.
I know that car.
Yeah, the black one.
Yeah.
It's still around. Yeah, he still got it. But so wagon lifestyle, I started like, okay, I'm gonna try a little something different. I'm gonna throw in an Impala wagon because it's a wagon. It's a wagon lifestyle.
Yeah.
In Japan, wagons are anything that's a wagon, B a van to us. Vans in Japan are vans because then you have your Dodge Rams, your Chevy vans, Ford vans. That's a van to them.
Yeah.
But anything a van to us from Japan, that's a wagon to them. It's very interesting.
So it's kind of like a full-size, small, mid-size type thing? Okay.
So Elements, Souls, XBs, Cubes, things that in America we might consider like a K car, which is, that would be Box Lifestyle here. Something small and boxy.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that's the intended premise of Box Lifestyle.
But it's really narrow here. It's a very narrow.
Yeah. Because like even with us, we were like, we would cut it off at full size, but then you think like the Ford Flex really is a really boxy vehicle.
It is.
And it is really kind of like a modern day wagon.
XB.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
So-
that's how that came to be. The guy that was behind the XB was behind the Flex.
Ah,
When it came to the U.S., yeah, the same guy.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then I wouldn't think of Tahoe.
I see. I feel
That's
like a
trucking.
full
That's
size.
trucking.
Yeah.
That's mini
Full
trucking,
size
that's
truck.
trucking, yeah.
That's a truck. I don't think a full size should count. But like, okay, if you look at a Bovagon show, you got your XBs, Coles, Souls, Cubes, whatever.
We need Bovagon up here. It's too far away.
I think it's
Get away
mainly.
from
I
work
think
long
it's
enough.
mainly
I know.
an import. I think it's an import thing.
But if you look at the trucking and mini trucking, and when the magazines were out,
Three hats.
you wouldn't find
three-quarters.
F-150s in mini trucking. It was unusual. You wouldn't find a Silverado in a mini trucking magazine. So you got to think like box
That's trucking.
lifestyle and full size. That's kind of the same thing. It works. It could work today,
I think
but-
that's a good way to look at it. I
Yeah.
think we could like blur the lines with the Flex a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think keeping
I
it-
feel like the Flex is such an out of place vehicle in general. I feel it fits right in.
Well, the one thing I was bringing up was this. If you think about box vehicles, the only thing that looks boxy now, even if you look at the Kia Soul, a Jeep Wrangler looks like the squarest fucking thing I can think of. And I would not let that in here.
What about a G-Wagon?
No.
But that's a full-size SUV.
SUV.
All right, I think I got this figured out.
Pee-wee's gonna bring it down.
No, I think
This
I
is
got it
it. Here we
figured
go.
out.
Here we go.
I feel like the box lifestyle covers like Japanese hatchbacks and wagons, okay, and minivans. I don't think it should count a full-size van. I think a full-size van is like a different
Just like what
breed,
you
a
said.
different exactly.
Different genre.
But I think so basically it's import wagons and hatchbacks. That includes minivans. That includes station wagon. I think you can make an obviously you can make an exception for like a Ford Taurus wagon or
Who the fuck is gonna do a Ford Taurus wagon?
me, bitch. I wanted
And it's
one
gotta
so
be the first
bad.
gen
I
one.
wanted
just
Just
lost
boxy.
a bunch
I
of
wanted a
viewers on
99.
that.
That's it.
And I wanted to do an SHO swap in the front. Okay, but that's a different topic for later. But like, I think import hatch and wagon is what it is, and then the American stuff that pops in, I think, is the exception and is welcome. It's not excluded, but I think that's kind of where the line is.
Well, I think like what Jim was saying, he kind of throw in a older American wagon in every so often. I think that's a good way to look at it. It's not.
But I feel like it's focused for imports.
You could be like, yeah, and then you got the exception of a rule of this or that, or
for like a Flex or a Taurus wagon. All right, well, I think that helps.
I do.
I think that's good insight.
I definitely appreciate you guys for that little bit of insight, because it's.
I feel like that helps.
I've been beating my head against the wall for a while on that.
And I was beating my head. I think, yeah. What about you? You guys got anything for us? I really hope you do. Because
No.
that was a hard no. No.
You guys got anything else you want to bring up, or?
I'm gonna be back, so you're the first time.
You're the first one that came back, so.
Am
Yeah,
I really?
that's right.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. Well, thanks. I'm on the spot anyway.
Well, we appreciate having you out, man. And like I said, we had planned on having you back out because, we had so much good time talking to you and whatnot.
We could still do another 2-hour show.
Yeah, we could.
Because
And it probably-
we'll start right from scratch and do it all over again, and it'll be a 3-hour show.
Well, that's what people were saying is like, if we get enough people here, we can do like 4
Oh,
episodes.
do you want the BB Bibles back, Pee-wee?
No, I'm kind of
You need
hoping
some,
you're
you need
gonna
some
leave.
influence?
Yeah, I do,
No.
because I have a first gen that's currently sitting on my driveway in pieces, and it's.
Oh, now I'm taking those home with me because I'll never get them back.
No,
Yeah, you don't.
I don't know.
Well, now you gotta make everything custom, but at least you know what to do.
Well,
I just need a Xerox copy of the whole fucking book. That's the thing.
No.
No. Make Xerox copies of it and then just sell this. Oh my god, how many pages would that be? Would that be like 200 pages
Well,
or something?
maybe Jim could do that. He could just take a scanner and get the old scanner things and scan each
You
page
can do
in,
double-sided, yeah.
and then
Put it on like an SD card. That might be a
then
thing.
you could sell those.
You sell the whole SD card.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm always trying to.
If you're really, really nice to me, I'll let you borrow them one day.
Okay.
I don't know.
We got no time for that.
What?
Do you have any statements, Jesse, to defend the second gen because everyone wants to shit on those two, or what?
How many showed up today?
2.
2, okay.
2.
Those are the only ones that can make it because they got the oil problems.
Oh,
Oh my God! Did I go there?
All you
I
gotta
don't even
do,
go that
hey,
way.
that's a small problem. All you gotta do is keep putting oil in it, and it's fine.
Yeah, or get it fixed.
Let people blow them up. Because when they blow them up, then they end up in junkyards, and I go get the parts off them.
Hey, you guys can. I'll
Dude,
take
if
back
anyone
my
blows one
statement
up, I'll buy
because
it.
she's sitting over there in the pile of oil that Raylan Box is leaking. So
I was gonna say we're throwing rocks in glass houses now.
No wonder why you're flicking your ashes on me earlier. Nobody noticed anymore. I mean.
all right, guys, we're gonna cut it off.
It's taco time, maybe.
Tacos.
Yeah,
We still gotta do an outro.
we did the outro.
No, we only did one. We gotta do 2.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard. We're
Yeah,
like
we
trying to
should.
do an outro. We're like, we haven't filmed it yet. What are we gonna talk about? I don't know.
You can use the BB Bibles for your outro.
If I start reading those, I'm not gonna
Hey,
be
he
able
might
to
have to
put
take
down.
that into the bathroom.
No.
Oh no.
That's off
Don't
limits.
flag him!
No.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with another episode. With who knows what the hell we're gonna do. I don't know.
One sky gold, one falls down to the ground, one walks down to the road. Mama better call the police. Now he's screaming no. Took a buckshot to the chest with a rock salt shell in his movie show.
Are we live?
We're live.
That's another episode.
That's another episode. And you may notice we're not in the garage.
We're outside.
I think we are dressed the same, but
I'm real close.
But we forgot to film the outro of for 27. when we did.
Whoops.
So what we did was we're sitting here taking pictures for the calendar. So we figured let's do it now.
We had nice weather because it was bad because
we raced home from dinner.
we raced home from dinner because it started to rain. We're like, oh fuck!
And Pee Wee left the roof open.
I left the roof and the windows open. I'm like, this isn't gonna be not good.
And he
But-
did, no, I think the only reason he does that is because I make fun of him if he doesn't.
You do.
I do.
No, I'm more okay with leaving I'll roll the windows up and leave the top open because I figure if you're willing to climb in through the top, like, you're motivated. But,
The crickets are really fucking loud.
they're very loud. Well, here's the thing. Here's my view. If I'm uncomfortable leaving my top open, I probably shouldn't be there in the first place.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm like that with anywhere. Just because I do that. I worry. If I go to the store and I'm driving that, I'm like, I gotta go. Somebody could be fucking with my car.
Yeah, it depends.
We got bugs.
Well, yeah, we've got, it's, brighter than the sun on your driveway.
So, anyway, that was episode 27. Now, I think we're going to make some changes.
Yes.
So,
Time.
I think we've gotten a little long-winded with the interviews, and I think you guys want to see cars. So I think we're going to do that. We haven't quite figured out exactly how to do it, but bear with us. We're going to try it, and it'll probably be like these videos.
We're going to do something more exciting, visually exciting.
It's going to be like these videos. They really weren't that great in the beginning, but they're going to get better each time.
They will get better.
We may even throw some lightning in there.
I love the lightning.
Another thing we want to talk about is we got to talk about XB Kings.
Dude, that page came out of nowhere, and they are blowing up my feed.
And they ain't stopping.
Non-stop. I'm seeing XBs I've never even seen before.
The cool thing about it is those guys over there are grabbing XBs from overseas, not just Mother Japan, not the motherland.
No, they're getting them from Russia?
They're getting it from Russia, Germany, Europe, all over. Even you guys, if you want on, all you got to do is get on their Instagram page, look up XB Kings, send them your pictures, and the guys are great over there.
Where are they out of? Are they out of New York?
Florida, I think.
Florida? Okay.
I think. Hopefully that's right because I just put it on tape. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe they're in Texas. I don't really know.
I think they're East Coast.
No, I don't know.
They throw
I don't
East
know.
Coast vibe.
I've seen Florida and I've
from
seen California. So I take back.
They're on a coast.
I take back my Florida thing because I don't know.
I
But
don't know. It doesn't matter.
for sure, hit those guys up. If you're on Instagram, look up XB Kings and follow them because the page is banging. Dude, seriously, I think, like you said,
It's crazy.
My feed is just all XB shit.
They got to be posting at least 5 times a day.
Seriously.
At least. So.
What else we got to talk about? We talked about what we were going to talk about, and I totally forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking about what we're going to do next with tech.
So we're going to do some tech. We think we're going to take the interviews. We're going to shorten them quite a bit. So you can still get to see those XB people that you guys want to get to know.
But we're
going to show you more cars, and we're going to show you stuff like that hood that everybody fucking wants. Kevin. I said Kevin. Whoa. Did you guys know that was his real name? Pee-wee here.
Somewhere on the internet.
Pee-wee here has a first-gen hood. Oh, that's what you need to talk about.
Yeah. So my project car Wabi is no longer.
It's in pieces.
It's in a lot of pieces, and apparently my village did not like that it sat on jack stands for too long and deemed it an inoperable vehicle. So they gave me 3 days to get rid of it, and luckily my good friend Dan said, bring it on up. I brought it up to his ranch, and a couple of days later, I got to a point where it's just, the car was not gonna...
He's having all kinds of problems with it. Obviously,
it's major wiring issues, it's major body damage, and I just don't have the time and the money to put into it.
So he took what he wanted from it, and he's going to sell some stuff.
I am selling stuff.
So watch for that. I think he said something about some airlift struts because he.
I have a set of airlift struts, and they are going to be cheap.
And what I heard him say was, I ain't fucking with that shit.
No, I don't want airlift struts. There's somebody out there that wants them.
So eventually, when he gets his other one, he's going to have those. But
Correct.
Which brings us back to why we brought this up. He's got a hood. And it just so happens he was thinking, well, I could sell the hood. And then we were like, well, let's make it into that hood that everybody wants. We'll show you how we did it. And then when we're done, we're going to fucking sell it.
It'll be up for grabs.
So, you can see how it's done. You can see it done on here. And then if you want it, you can fucking buy it. We're going to have it in fucking primer. You can make it whatever color you want.
Paint to match. Paint the suit.
So if you want that fucking hood, there you go. There's your opportunity. And you may be able to drive up here, pick it up, and then you can be like here with us hanging out.
Yeah, we haven't even figured out if they're in Florida. I'll be like, oh, you're going to have to figure that out.
Because I don't know how
you could probably shit. I don't know what it would cost.
I don't know.
I'll cross that bridge when the time comes.
But that's it. And you know what? I'm going to say it on camera. We're talking about some kind of contest. We don't know yet. I think Pee-wee's idea, maybe I shouldn't say Pee-wee's idea. The idea was thrown up. Titties for t-shirts.
No. No.
Maybe that's a bit much. Okay.
That's a bit much.
Probably because the ones that we're going to see are from our mail viewers and we don't want to see
No,
them.
we don't need to see anything.
Anyway.
But I want to do I for sure want to do a raffle of some sort.
Not a raffle, some kind of contest. We haven't figured it out, but we got some merch here, some hats, some shirts, some koozies.
We're actually like,
dude, what the hell is flipping around in the garage?
There's something flipping around in there.
There's a pterodactyl or something in there. Anyway, but yeah, we got a bunch of shit around here. We want to give it to somebody.
Shit's happening.
And I don't know, we'll figure it out. Follow us on our Instagram page to see when that happens, because I'm sure it'll drop as soon as we figure it out on there.
It'll be on yours or mine.
Did I say
Instagram?
I said Instagram. I meant our Facebook page. But yes, follow our Instagrams too. Those are in the outro. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, because I don't think I mentioned it in the last one. I don't even think I slid in that subscribe thing.
Oh.
So
that's all right.
We'll slide it right there. Now I'm going to do it. It'll be over here.
This green screen screwed us.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We will be back with episode 28 and 29.
Yeah.
That's staring right at 30, man. And we're going to have some fun with it.
Creeping up.
So stay with us. And hopefully we'll do something entertaining. See ya.
What up, y'all? Yeah, soundtrack, what's poppin', baby? Woo! Y'all ain't know, I go by the name of Lupe Fiasco, representing that first and 15. Yeah, and this one right here, I dedicate this one right here to all my homies out there grinding. You know what I'm saying? Legally and illegally. You know what I'm talking about? So, check it out. First got it when he was 6, didn't know any tricks. Matter of fact, first time he got on it, he slipped, landed on his hip and busted his lip. For a week he had to talk with a list like this. Now we can end the story right here, but shorty didn't quit, it was something in the air. Yeah, he said it was something so appealing, he couldn't fight the feeling, something about it. He knew he couldn't doubt it, couldn't understand it. Branded since the first kick flip he landed, labeled a misfit, abandoned.